Good evening, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, DrMarxout, bringing you this week's episode of a special remedy, the precursor we sometimes have to storms before a pay-per-view. Kicking things off in our Blitz division as we get the debuting, for us at least, Eito Kajiwara. He's been putting on spectacles over in Supernova, former Hajime Pro light heavyweight champion, making his way down here tonight to make his debut in the Storm Shelter. We also have another Supernova Pro superstar debuting tonight. You're going to see a lot of Haas's on the card tonight. This was actually planned before the unfortunate passing of the legendary Big Van Vader yesterday. With that being said, next month we are planning on doing a special Haasamania, Haasapalooza, Haasfest. The names are still up in the air. I can now tell you that we will be having the Leon White Memorial. We're still up in the air if it's going to be a Rumble or a tournament. We're calling it Leon White so we don't get sued. Haas's only, from all throughout the triad. And the winner of that will get a prize disclosed at the event. That's next month. Right now, we've got Christian Storm making his way back into the Storm Shelter. This kid has everything he needs to be a champion, except for the wins. Looks good in pretty much every match he's had. Does not have an easy task ahead of him, though, as Kajiwara is very, very angry. Has a long history with TKO and Simon Taro. Taro, of course, is your #1 contender for the Supernova Pro Light Heavyweight Championship. I'm sorry, they're cruiserweights now. Apologies, Chippy Stacks, when you get to this. Those three men I just mentioned, Taro, TKO, and Eito Kajiwara, will be on the pre-show for our show in Japan, #HalfTheBrains. Right now, we got Kajiwara, we got Storm. Show respect from these two international stars. Opening bell on Remedy, we are a go. Kajiwara with a waist lock, early German suplex. Drops Storm on the back of his neck. Rising European uppercut. Short forearm. The cravat neck breaker. Kajiwara can hit you from any angle. Has a lot of technical skill with the submissions. A lot of nasty throws. Ducks a clothesline, catches one on the way back from Storm. I'm not sure if Storm's one of those guys that if he's here, he's Storm. If he'd go to Supernova, he'd be Christian Supernova. If he goes to high class, he'd be Christian Classy. Pretty sure Storm is not his government last name, though. Do they have government last names technically from Canada? Back elbow stop by Kajiwara, catches him with the DDT. Posted up on that second rope, waiting for Christian Storm to get to his feet. Dives out with the axe handle, gets nothing but mat. Mid-range jumper game, nothing. Fighting back with a hatch suplex. Has a hold of the leg, snaps Storm down with the dragon screw. Hot shot action on that top rope. It's been almost all Kajiwara here. As I say that, Christian Storm's fighting back with the hip toss. Arm drag, one of those. Snapmares Eito back down. Going to work with the neck crank. Ato fighting back with a pair of rights. Walks in a right from Storm, who makes it a pair. Go for the belly to belly, catches an elbow for his trouble. Storm thinking snap suplex into the corner. Ato rolls him up. And Kajiwara with the surprise, bitch. Wins his debut here with the small package. Not sure if that's a joke or not. Kajiwara's ring presence, he knew he was about to be catching that suplex into the buckles. And he's 1-0 here in Blitz. Paul Smackage is very proud. As we get set for our next match, taking a little bit of the match that just happened and a little bit of what I was talking about, is Mega Ran, who's found this newfound mean streak and an absolute loathing for the Blitz division. Demanded a representative of the little guys. I'm not sure if Celtic Dragon actually took the challenge willingly or if he drew the short straw, but he's got to run into that wall that is Mega Ran. Ran, who has unfortunately been on the receiving end of what we now call the jabroni effect. It's sort of like the wizard rule, but worse. Caught the third biggest L, well, might even be the biggest of the 3 L's in Blitz, as he lost to Jeremy Jabroni a few weeks ago. But has been on an absolute destructive rampage since then. Is one of those 6 hosses that we're going to see at hashtag Half the Brains taking on Bake for that Headhunter World Championship. It's not a World Championship yet, but it will be after next weekend. And that Kaiju Warfare style match. Other stipulations will be abound, I'm sure. Celtic Dragon coming out here first. And Ran already. Teacher, rapper, villain, hero. Guess I shouldn't say hero anymore. And Ran with a chair just lays out the dragon. This is not going to go well for the little guy here. Nasty headbutt from Mega. He is a villain hero. Runs into a knee, though. It's caught with the short head scissors. Teacher, rapper, wrestler, villain, I think is what I was trying to say. And Dragon showing some fight here. Has Ran tied up on that rope. Drops the stomp. Ran got his licks in early. Maybe he should have kept a hold of that chair. Is this match actually going to happen? Or is Ran just going to continue getting beat on now? I'm sorry for that. And the Celtic Dragon caught off the very Irish whip, that nasty snap Samoan drop. And I guess we're throwing that one in the trash. Okay. I mentioned in our opener, we do have one more Supernova debut as the absolute dominant Supernova Pro Women's World Champion BJ Wiley finally arriving here in Blitz. Taking on Cassie Pandemonia and the returning Valentina, who we haven't seen since she's left the Spice Rack. I don't know if she's going to get embarrassed. I mean, she's pretty much destroyed everybody she's fought. BJ's held on to that women's title since the second unrestricted, the first unrestricted. She left right around the time of the Golden Girls Classic. She decided if she was committing herself to a team, it wanted to be with Eric Carumba, with the women's champion, CC Bones. And, of course, they fell short in the first round. It was the first unrestricted. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I want to say BJ and Ray Damonio are the longest reigning champions this season across the triad. Mighty was on that list until he just caught the absolute pause from Cade last week. But things happen. He was vacating it anyway to get that shot at Ray Damonio. I don't even remember the last time BJ lost a singles match this season. I don't know if she has lost a singles match this season since becoming the champion. So, Chippy, I'm going to let you call it. What are we getting into here? Watch the feed, watch the feed. There you go. The Wildcat formation is here in the storm shelter. BJ Wiley looking to make an impact here. Left her belt at home, I guess. Quite possibly the most tattooed woman in the triad. Have to check the numbers on that. So we await the entrance of Cassie Pandemonia, making her return to solo action here. Yeah, Vicky Rush is 90% tattoo and 10% mean. I'm told Pandemonia actually wanted Rush to be her tag team partner in the Golden Girls Classic, but travel issues and all, and ended up getting stuck with her longtime rival, Nevaeh Carter, and they ended up pulling out that first W, so things could be okay for it in Limbo. Or they might not be. I don't exactly know. I don't see them traveling together much. They've actually done pretty well on the house circuit, so we'll have to see. She was also hurt. She actually returned right after then too, so there was lots of things that just said Rush wasn't able to make it. Cassie is here tonight in the storm shelter. The only woman in this match not to be a champion this year. I gotta say, I think she's my favorite in the match. I'm taking her. I'm pulling for her to this match. Not saying favorite of the three overall, just she's my favorite in the match. She's my pick. That whole yay underdog thing. Standing in her way with a $1.15 million coat. The former women's world champion here. Valentina rocking some new coloration on the paint and on the pants. I like it. dancing her way back into the storm shelter. It's kind of been quiet here since the Golden Girls Classic. It's 1.73 this week. Value keeps going up. Put stock in her clothier. Her coat's the only thing that's got more money than the Mist Cutter Fund. But it's close. Chippy Stack's favorite. Is it safe to say she's your favorite member of the Blitz women's roster? BJ looks ready. Cassie Pandemonia looks ready. And Valentina looks ready to get back on the win streak. Cassie going right to work on BJ with the hatch. I'm sorry, that wasn't even a hatch suplex. I was thinking she was going up and over. Dropped her in single arm DDT. Rising me on Valentina now. Gets caught with the OG, the Old Faithful counter, the old Firewoman's carry. Valentina going back to work with the snapmare, looking to figure for the neck with the elbows, gets reversed. BJ putting paws and hooves on everything walking right now with the drop kick. Kick across the shoulder blades, turns her attention to Valentina, catches her with the back elbow. Catches the super kick from Valentina with an elbow to the top of the knee. Has her up and over, drops her in the gourd buster. Looked like she was going vertical. Everyone keeps changing the angles on me here. And the Keystone Cloverleaf early. Pandemonia rolls out with the drop kick. Nasty backbreaker. Valentina sent off the ropes. Caught with a rising knee. The tornado on it. Valentina ducks the line, gets caught with an arm drag. BJ right there to break up the count before it even starts. Cassie flips out of the German. Drops BJ in the brainbuster. Putting the boots to Valentina. Even though he's 0-1 here, we have respect for the Iceman. Cassie crawling over the fallen body of Valentina. Throwing off the headbutts. Runs into the strikes of BJ. Sends Cassie into that corner. Gets caught with the right. Firewoman's carry counter. BJ throwing out some brainbuster action of her own. Surprise Ninja, caught with a surprise Ninja powerbomb. BJ going springboard frog splash. Looks like she's trying to fold Valentina in half. Both women down. Cassie to pick up the scraps. Catches the ref with a code breaker. Sorry, that wasn't a code breaker. That was a backstabber, because why not? And then a falling star facebuster. Where the hell did that come from? As BJ up on the shoulders, BJ up and over, reverse DDT counter. Ref finally stirring. BJ sent back into the corner. Gets caught with the forearm from Valentina. Heading up to that second rope. Waits for Cassie to get to her feet. And it's Pandemonia, not Pandemonium. Boots her away from the corner. Dives down with the shotgun drop kick. Falls into the cover. First actual count of the match, and it's only a 1. Looked like it was a knee to the base of the neck. Going to work on that shoulder joint now. BJ throwing paws. Black Chaos Ritual, dead center of the ring. Catches Cassie with the back elbow. driver of Black Chaos on Cassie. Pulls her away from the ropes. Into the cover. And BJ makes short work in her debut. What was embarrassing there? Yeah, that's also because Dash is whereas the rest of the refs are made of paper. He's like a manila envelope. He's the manila gorilla. He's also a Thrilla. BJ hitting both women with her signature moves. Valentina just slowly trying to crawl out from the Black Chaos ritual. Was unable to break up that pinfall attempt. And the ever-resourceful BJ Wiley continuing her dominant ways here across the triad. Putting the other women on notice. We are trucking through the card tonight. As 2 of the 6 hosses in that Kaiju Warfare match getting ready to beat the holy hell out of each other. As the Grim Reaper takes on Buck Wild, who's going solo since his brother is still hurt after that nasty, just gross alley-oop he took on that top turnbuckle it was probably about a month ago. Buck still hasn't been right since. Is due to come back probably around the time of the Leon White Memorial. Insert match type here. So the Stallions will both likely be partaking. Grim is also a lock. One of these 2 men could be going into that as the Headhunter champion. Of course, they do kind of have that wall known as Bake in the way. And the rest of the card, the guys that are in there, which are gross. Just grossness. I talked to Grim backstage. Yeah, it is one of those guys that caught the biggest L's in the triad. It is half of the Skeevy Ray Beat Us Club. But I caught up with Grim backstage before the show started tonight. Has said he's going to go Grim Tidings as his main ender of matches for the rest of the season in memorial to Big Van. Vader, of course, is probably the absolute hashtag respect. Vader, of course, would be the hossiest of the hosses. Hashtag no flippy shit unless it's a moonsault. Grim looks ready here. I'd imagine he looks ready. It's kind of hard to tell on the giant ass helmet that he wears. Yep, he looks ready. But standing in his way. I don't know if he's the biggest little guy or the littlest big guy, but man's 275, wrestles like he's 175. He is the hashtag big man flippy shit. Unless he's fighting Skeevy Ray, then he's just hashtag catch that L train. A, because he's Canadian. Reaper looks ready for action here. Buck Wild looking to go on to his namesake. Hoss fight is a go. Grim running in with the belly-to-belly suplex early. Brings Buck in, snap power slam. Grim on a mission here. Has a hold of Buck early. Face first into that top turnbuckle. How about 15 more? Maybe only 10 more. I don't count. We might be looking at big man minute race here. Buck trying to fight back, get some offense going here with the rising knee. Ties up Reaper. Kicks him where the sun don't shine. Trying to pop that arm out of the socket. Grim has one clothesline duck, comes back with another one, connects. Going to work on that neck. Trying to squeeze the life out of Buck here. Wild fighting back with the back elbow. Has him up on the shoulders. Canadian style neck breaker. As all of his neck breakers are. Because he's Canadian. And a pop-up Rana from Buck Wild. 275 flipping over about 270. That's just gross. Drops that elbow to the base of the neck. Grim was fighting a neck injury for a good chunk of this season. And rolling thunder out of Buck Wild here. Short sliding complete shot. Go-to Canadian guy move. That's not a Canadian destroyer. Buck dancing it out with the fist drop. Grim said, "I'm done with your fun and games." Sweeps the leg. There'll be no fun in the match tonight. Sends Buck Stern first into that corner. Hangs him up top. Could be thinking high impact here. Gets caught up in an elbow drop. And a rolling senton off the top by the big man. The taller big man. The Canadian big man. Not the angry big man with the paint. Short arm lariat drops Wild. Buck fighting back with the arm drag. Runs through with another falling complete shot. Only gets a 2.5 count. Goes for the knee. Grim dodges. Spins Buck around. Has him up in the torture rack. Spins him out into a powerbomb. Pair of clotheslines from Reaper. Sends Buck into that corner. Bounces him out with a hip toss. And a sideways crossbody. Dead center. Has Buck up on the shoulders. Greetings from the Black Lodge. Nasty knockout knee. Flips Buck around. Buck sent into that corner. Grim snapmares him down. Grim Tidings gets all of it. Pulls Buck away from the ropes. Falls into the cover. Only gets a 2.9. We got us a maple syrup style chicken wing here. Stevie gets a dub, hashtag. First missed cutter of the night. Buck has Grim up. Drops him in a vertical brainbuster. Sends him into that corner. Buck up and over with that flipping kick. Not sure what he calls it. Has Grim up on the shoulders one more time. And back to work with that Canadian neck breaker, trying to weaken that neck a little bit more. Spins him around. Nasty eye of the hurricane. Because that's what it's called. Grim kicking out at 2 1/3. Buck heading up top here. Rolls through with the senton. Dead center. And Grim out at 2.8. This Haas fight's continuing here. Men exchanging their best shots. Buck heading back up top one more time. I've seen our Blitz Division guys not get up there that fast. Another rolling senton. Looks like he didn't get all of it there. Almost looked like it was just a rolling somersault kick. Winds up that elbow to the back of the neck one more time. It's been all Buck wild for these last few minutes. Going to work on that hamstring now. That overhead gut wrench toss. Falls into the cover. Grim out at 2 again. Dodges that knee one more time. Runs through with a nasty forearm. Pulls Buck away. Feet up on the ropes. Gets a 2.5 count. Looks like Buck was busted open off that forearm. Set back into that corner. Grim tried this earlier. Looks like he's actually getting whatever he was thinking earlier off. Both men all the way up. Nasty backdrop driver. Grim to his feet first. Snapmares Buck dead center of the ring. Trying to slow this thing back down with that chin lock. And Buck stands up, drops him with the jawbreaker. Breaks that hold. Nasty elbow to the back of the head. Has Buck up one more time. Greetings from the Black Lodge. In the center. Brings Buck back up to a knee. Maintains control of the ponytail. Hangs him up on that top rope. Runs through. Nasty knockout knee. Buck might be out after that. Ref down. Our refs are made of paper mache. Grim heading back up top. Ref wisely out of the way. Grim Tidings one more time. Into the cover. Hashtag respect as Grim wins with 2 Grim-Tide Invader bombs. And Grim extending the hand. Respect out of the 2 hosses here. And Grim going into hashtag half the brains with all sorts of momentum here. And this is going to be bad. So Killer X, the team that puts on the best matches in the tag team division across the triad, but still can't win. Put on a hell of a match against the Agents of Chaos last week. Are deciding they haven't had enough of getting their asses kicked by men 3 times their size, so they challenge the Mayhem Hosses. Amadeus Keith and Phoenix Vega. I don't know where their brains are at. They're about to be splattered all over the ringside, though. Phoenix Vega is huge. Amadeus Keith is bigger than him. And Keith is in the Kaiju Warfare match. Mayhem looking to bring home all sorts of gold from just Japan Weekend in general. We're not included in the number 1 contenders tag team match that was won by the Hollywood Heroes. It's probably best bet for the Spice Rack. Have said they want added to that tag team conversation, though. But standing in their way is Killer X here. Killer X does have the experience as a tag team advantage here. Will have that speed advantage, but just nasty power and size and just meanness. We know all the members of the Church of Ripley are just destructive forces. And the 2 biggest men in that faction are here tonight. I want to say Phoenix is bigger than Insanity, but it's probably close, because Insanity's no small guy either. Keith in that Mayhem mask. Phoenix Vega in that Mayhem paint. Safe to assume they will both be entering that Leon Waite Memorial match. Chippy Stacks with the Chippy Facts. Yeah, and Keith is, I think, 7'3". And much like being on the unemployment line, you can't teach that. Hashtag shots at guys that got fired this week. Are we allowed to make jokes about guys that got fired that work for other companies? Is that a thing we're allowed to do here in the Triad? Is it a thing we're going to do here in the Triad? These 2 men on a mission to destroy here. I felt bad for Killer X when they fought the Agents of Chaos. I feel worse for them here tonight, because Calderon's definitely not going to be healed. Valentine's not even here. It's Bryce Warren tonight is the other sacrificial lamb. Phoenix Vega looking to start things off with Bryce Warren here. Tag team action is a go. Bryce starting things off with the DDT. I'm pretty sure he's held together with duct tape, dreams, and bubblegum right now. Bryce slingshotting in with the leg drop, brother. Why are you going to slap that giant of a man? Brings it back in with a backhand, though. Trying to tie up the legs of Vega. And that modified cloverleaf. Vega using that massive frame, pushes Bryce Warren back into the corner. Maintains control, snapmares him down. Nasty chop to the side of the neck. Warren fighting out of that head squeeze thing. Sends Vega into the Killer X corner. Right hand gets stopped, met with the right. Vega runs into a fireman's carry cover counter thing. Bryce going back to work with that old faithful DDT. Keith tagged in. Runs in the triad of boots here. Hashtag triad references in the triad. Trying to absolutely stomp the life out of Warren here. Has him up on the shoulders. Drops him from about 15 feet in the air on that top rope. Big man looking to fly here. Nasty splash off the second rope. As tall as Keith is, he probably could have landed that splash from almost anywhere in the ring, even though he doesn't jump that far. Has that top mount just dropping bombs on Bryce Warren. Nasty slingshot suplex. And Calderon once tagged in. Why would you want to tag into this match? You're dead already. Shh. Short arm clothesline. Keith stepping over, maintains control. Brings Warren into another one. Still has a hold of that wrist. Walks over him one more time. How about another one? Bryce Warren's jaws in the third row. Reversal on the whip sends Keith over the top rope. And wisely takes his time to tag in Calderon. Who's looking for hashtag flippy shit. Keith said nope. Slides in Calderon. The reversal on the Irish whip. Drop kick to the back. Showing the strength, had Keith up on the shoulders momentarily. Keith, though, slides off into the reverse DDT. Sent back into that barricade. Calderon dropped neck first. He's dead. He's deader. Ref's count broken at 7. Calderon with it. Gets caught with that nasty emerald flosion. Keith dropping the weight on that elbow. It's a lot of weight. It's about 350. Calderon with the leg sweep. Dodges that belly-to-belly suplex. Tags Warren back in so he can reanimate himself. Warren now returning the favor with the pair of shots. Takes a minute to taunt. Needs to take a moment to rethink his life. Drops Keith with a pair of forearms, though. Ducks the line. Flips over with the Pele kick. Has Keith up on the shoulders, drops him into that neck breaker. Measuring Keith here. Drops him with the ego trip. Falls into the cover, first one of the match. Vega right there to break it up at 1. This thing breaking down here. Vega has a hold of Calderon. Just nasty Sambo suplex. Complete shot though on a Amadeus Keith from Bryce Warren. Warren thinking frog splash, gets nothing but shield. Keith pulling Warren into the bad neighborhood. Tags in Vega. Bounces Warren's spine first off that top turnbuckle and beals him halfway across the ring. Bryce fighting back off the ground with the back elbow. And a clothesline just staggers Vega. Sends him into that Killer X corner. Mid-range jumper, clothesline. Heading back up to that second rope here. Dives down with the elbow drop. This thing's still going on though. Killer X could pull the biggest upset in the triad in the tag divisions this year. And the Zombie brought back in. Kicked back down by Vega. Amadeus Keith brought back in here. Looking to finish what he started on the outside. Drops that knee. Sends Calderon into the Mayhem corner. We're getting our first look at some tag team offense here. Nasty Russian leg sweep with the clothesline by Vega. Falls into the cover. Good night, Killer X, as Bryce Warren tossed out over the top. There was that Emerald Flosion style slam by Keith early. Would fall victim to that ego trip by Warren, but Vega would break that fall up. And then Calderon would get caught with that nasty tandem offense. One more look at it. That clothesline Russian leg sweep combination. Warren would try to get in. Keith would stop him and just dump him unceremoniously to the outside. Standing victorious, Project Mayhem. And that is a scary thing to see if you are the tag teams here. So we get set for our main event. Steve the Samurai, Mr. No Gimmicks, making his return to the Storm Shelter, taking on the very angry, busiest man in the Triad. The #1 contender for the HCW World Heavyweight Championship. #1 contender for whatever belt Iceman doesn't want in Supernova Pro. And your current reigning and defending Headhunter champion here in Blitz. Mr. Steel City Strong Style. Man has more titles than I do. And I don't mean straps, I mean names, monikers. Bake. Pretty sure he has the shortest name, but the most things attached to the name. Bake, the only man wrestling in all 3 supercards next weekend in Japan. Breeze, Taro, and Callie Dane have 2 matches each. Of course, Callie Dane's matches, the multi-moniker. Both of Callie Dane's matches are here for us. Breeze and Simon Taro both have matches in Supernova for unrestricted. I don't think Iceman's booked for Uprising Japan. Steve the Samurai not booked for Japan either. Which is funny, because Steve the Samurai. Maybe we'll try to get him on our pre-show, just because I feel bad now. That is, if he makes it out of this thing alive. Bake has not been a happy man lately. We're going to have to take that up with the bosses over in high class. Wizard's been fighting the little guys lately, though. So, I don't know. I don't book the matches for high class. I don't book the matches here, I just talk about them. The lights go down for the Vanilla Gorilla. Holding that Headhunter World Championship, soon to be World Championship. High class has their ultraviolet division. We have our Headhunters named before. That sounds about right. I would be more afraid of Vega coming out the gates, though, if I was Bake. Of course, it's Bake. He could have Nigel and Big Papa fighting him at the same time. He's not going to care. And Bake is the littlest guy in that Haas's Kaiju Warfare match. And he'll probably be the littlest guy in the Leon White Memorial match. He's actually slimmed down since his... I'm cutting the Haas division off at 275, unless you're Bake. And this match not getting started yet. Okay, now we're started, after Bake throws out that 4-piece in a biscuit. That's Koo's music here. Koo the War God has Bake up. Spins him out, drums of war. Koo is that last man in that warfare match. Steve looking to take advantage here. And Bulletproof Bake kicks out at 2.5. Steve, do not take time to taunt here. You have a very, very angry man in the ring. Bake fighting up with a hip toss. Steve fighting off the ground with the right hand to the guts. He's looking for that Ricola style power bomb. Bake fighting back with the back body drop. Steel City Lariat out of nowhere. Fat guy moonsault. Hashtag respect to the big guys. And Steve out at 2.9. Canadians kicking out of all of the Leon White specials here. If I were Steven J. Samurai, I would have just stayed dead. Sorry, Steven D. Samurai. Bake measuring him again here. That shot to the back. Man, get out of here. Steve's dead. And a very angry Bake after getting dropped in the drums of war from Ku the War God. Steve would try to capitalize on the drums right there, but it was maybe just a second too slow. Bake would come back with that quick Steel City Lariat and the Fat Guy Moonsault. One more look at it. Hashtag no flippy shit unless it's a moonsault. But ultimately follow that up with the most replayed move in the triad. The man, get out of here. Bake has about 15 more matches before he gets to the end of his Japanese weekend next week. Yeah, Remedy was quick. I mean, that match was basically a minute race. The Mega Ran thing never got started. BJ pretty much made quick work out of two women. Yeah, this was the quickest show we've had in a while. And trust me, I'm a doctor. So for all your winners and losers here tonight, Chippy Stacks, do we have any cheap plugs for Supernova for the rest of the weekend? Before we get into next week's go-home shows before Japan? Any announcements? There you go, Supernova Pro coming to you tomorrow live with a special edition of one of their shows. If you're not subscribed to the Triad, go do it after you are done hearing me run my gums. So for Bake, the debuting Ato, debuting BJ, the Hosses in Mayhem, Hosses in general tonight. I am DrMarxout signing off. We will be sending this off one more time in memorial to Big Van Vader. In the coming weeks, we will have details on that memorial show. So until then, until next week, I am DrMarxout signing off.